you're going to pick up the first region liaison?
Yeah, I just sent Obi an email. I took sick there unexpectedly, and I got the flu, and it got into my eyes. And I'm leaving in 5 minutes to go to the eye doctor. They have to dilate me, whatever that means, and then they got to do some horrible things to me. So I hope I'm back by 3:30 so I can listen to the conversation and maybe step in at, on 80 meters. So that's where I am right now.
Okay, Paul. Yeah, this sounds pretty horrendous. Okay. Well, good luck on that, and hope everything turns out all right. N1Q, Obi, could we have your announcements, please?
Okay. Paul, don't eat oysters. If you do, watch what you're doing. Anyway, this N1Q. What do we got here? Announcements. As usual, Newcomers Roundtable, first and third Monday of the month at 7:30. All welcome. Informal net. Just a bunch of guys getting together. Newly licensed hams, upgraded hams, and old timers. So everybody's welcome. First and third Monday, 7:30. This repeater.
K1FFK.
And for the new guys or whatever, traffic nuts, 10 a.m. and 1 p.m., 1300. Traffic nuts on this repeater. A little change on the HFCW traffic net. Still at 3565 KC, but they are running it 7 nights a week, and at 7 p.m. 1900. I think I was saying 7:30, but it's 7 p.m. 1900. And of course, everybody knows the Western Mass Emergency Net, but it wouldn't hurt. Sunday mornings, 8:30, Western Mass Emergency Net. On HF, starts off 3944, 3944, up or down according to QRM. Lower side, then we moved at 9 o'clock up to 2 meter, 6 meter, 440, and 220. The no bark repeaters, 9, 9:30, 9:45, and 10 a.m. respectively. Next no bark meeting, 26th January at 2 p.m., 1400, I think that translates to, at the Great Barrington Fire Station in Great Barrington, State Road, Great Barrington, again, 26th January, no bark club meeting, 2 p.m. I think we're still looking for one board member and one Squelch Tail editor for the No Bark Club. Further information can be had from the club website, Northern Berkshire Amateur Radio Club.org, NOBARC.org. I think Dan checked in, but anyway, he's going to need some support and help and whatever for doing. He wants to try to do more stuff on the national traffic system, running that or whatever. And I think he mentioned he does need assistance also with the emergency net stuff. So if you can give Dan a hand or support or moral support, whatever. Dan's trying to run a tight ship, the captain of his ship. What we got here for local weather? Fair sky, 44 degrees. Wind out of the south at 12, gusting to 18. Visibility 10 miles. Looks like a nice day today. Then with rain coming in tonight and Tuesday. Then Tuesday night, rain and snow Wednesday, rain and snow Wednesday night. Clearing up on Thursday as far as I can see. And I really can't think of anything else. I guess if Alpha Bravo Tango Charlie, Paul can't make it, we'll put it off for a little bit. But I'd like to see Paul get a handle on the first region. Nothing further here, N1QOV, back tonight.
Okay, Obi, thanks for that. And KB One VWQ's also had the flu and been kind of bunged up, so I don't think he's gotten too involved into that traffic situation as yet. Dan, if you do need any assistance, if I could be of any assistance, you can get me either here on this repeater or you know my email, whatever. And I'm sure you got Obi's information too. Okay, I don't think I know of anything else to say. Last call, any other stations wishing to check into the Western Mass Traffic Net before I close? Call now.
This is Whiskey Alpha 1, Sierra Julie South, Susan, Flying Meadow, Commercial Power, Battery Backup. Hopefully you can get me. Good afternoon, Doug, into the net.
Okay, recognizing WA1SJG. How you been, Susan? Haven't heard you in a long time. Could you give us an update on the MTARA Hamfest coming up? I believe it's March 1st, is that correct?
Yes, you are correct. It is March 1st, and they were just finishing up with all the details on it, and I figure we can go and send you a copy of it. We're going to be at a new location because the prior one had been sold, so that's why we want to get all the publicity out on it. It will be at the lodge over in Cherokee, the Moose Lodge, but all the detailed directions, times, everything else will be on that one.
Okay, very good, Susan. Yeah, I don't want to miss that. I had such a good time last year, especially after you held my lottery tickets and got me that $50 gift certificate. Plus, I took the exam and passed, and bought my little $50 ball thing, which I was so happy with. Which now they're selling for about 30. Anyway, yeah, Moose Lodge, Fuller Road. I heard that, and but anyway, I'll be waiting for the email on that. Okay, one last call. Any other stations wishing to check into the Western Mass Traffic Net before I close? Please call now.
And one QV, one additional.
Yes, sir, old pirate.
Yeah, just quickly, got a bunch of us guys hanging out on Facebook. Anybody wants to get involved, it's just another form of communication, information, a bunch of good guys, friends and relatives and ham radio operators hanging out and passing things without too much difficulty. Back to that.
Okay, Obi. Anybody interested in joining the bunch on Facebook? I guess you know how to get on Facebook. And what'd you do, Obi? Beat that poor old truck to death?
Yeah, I ghosted a few times, getting in and out of traffic, and well, hopefully it's not an engine rebuild.
No, I don't think so. Probably something came disconnected that tells the gauge. Because if you had no oil pressure, it would have probably seized up on you. Anyway, okay, with that, this closes the Western Mass Traffic Net. I'd like to thank the Northern Berkshire Amateur Radio Club for the use of the Mount Greylock K1FFK 146.91 repeater. The time is now 13:17. I now return the repeater back to normal amateur radio use. Thank you to all the stations who checked in and those who stood by while the net was being conducted. This is November 1, Alpha, November Delta, Doug in Munson, now signing clear, 7-3 all.
You guys really clear a net. You really clear a net. N1AND. This is KB1VWQ.
N1AND, good afternoon, Dan. I guess you're feeling a little bit better.
Well, the last couple days I felt I've gone a round or two with the devil, or at least his cousin. But I think I gave him the slip. I think the meds are finally kicking in. Still feel a little disorientated, but boy, that flu can really... I haven't had the flu since I was a young boy. And I hope never to have it again once I get completely done with it.
That's a relative term because compared to me, you're still a young boy. But my son had that flu and it really kicked him in the butt. I got sick a little bit and I thought I was going to get it, but I kind of slipped by. I usually don't get the whatever's going around, but Paul over there in Ringe, he had it, I guess, and he's had trouble with it. He's going to the doctor now. And my son wound up, he finally went to the doctor. I said, I know, I tried to get him to go, but he's stubborn old swamp Yankee. Don't need to go to the doctor. Well, he finally decided to go, and on top of everything else, the doctor told him he had a bad sinus infection, too. He gave him a bunch of drugs. Drugs is always good.
Yeah, roger that. I wonder where the boy got his stubbornness from. Boy. Well, I wanted to thank you and Obi and everyone else for the well wishes. Hopefully I'm on the final lap here. Still got a cough. I still got to watch what I'm doing here. Feel a little dizzy, but I think that's they got me on codeine too for the coughing, so I think that's probably some of that. But I got to call the doc later and see if I can get cleared for takeoff tomorrow and be in the saddle here. I've already lost enough oats for the horse.
Yeah, I hear what you're saying there. I hope you have sick days or something. Some do, some don't. But anyway, get well. And don't push it if you're, make sure you're over it because if you jump back into work too quick, you may have a relapse there. That won't be good. My son did, he was starting to feel pretty good, and he considered he was over it. Then we had that big snowstorm, and where he lives, a friend of his owns the apartment building there in Chicopee, and another block over or something. He does all the shoveling and the walks and stuff. Like he went out in that snow and that wet snow and did a whole bunch of shoveling and got wet and cold and everything else. And next day he was back. Well, not as bad, but he's had a relapse.
Both of her legs in.
Yeah, that's not good. Mom's on the word of the relapse there, but well, we'll see how it goes. Tomorrow starts a new work week for me anyway, so I'd like to start fresh. Lost about a day and a half, and X amount of dollars. I haven't added it up yet for the meds and the visit. I've got terrible insurance to the employer, and I also have sick days. I got plenty of. Now, paid sick days, that's something different. They don't issue any of those. Kind of like working for yourself, but without all the benefits, just the negatives. Yeah, that's the place I work for. No sick days, no personal days, and you get 1 week's vacation, Doug, whether you work there 1 year or 100 years, you get the same amount.
Posting numbers on a weight scale and stuff like that. I mean, it's,
yeah, they're all hard.
You
You get about the same benefits I got when I had my own truck and worked for myself. The only thing is, of course, I made a lot more money. But that's true. I worked for a lot of small outfits and didn't have a lot of the benefits. And oh well. we won't beat a dead horse. If you get around to where you want to try and set something up for traffic handling and stuff, of course, I'll be glad to give you a hand. I'm also, of course, a member of the MTARA anyway, so we'll do whatever needs to be done there in that respect. I gotta get with my town here has no races or any other kind of thing here. Charlie mentioned it when I last year at the MTARA Hamfest, and he said you should get a hold. You know, you could be our guy in Munson. And I haven't done it. Let me drop. I haven't done it, but I should find out who the proper folks are here. I'll have to go ask my friend John Morell is the highway superintendent. He's in tight with the town. He's been the highway boss for about 35 years. But anyway, I'll check with him and see what's going on. But if you need a hand, Dan, just holler.
KB1 VWQ returning. Yeah, roger that. Well, perhaps maybe N1QOV, maybe you can get in touch with him. He's races for where? No, it's not Munson, but maybe his people know your people. I don't know. You know, maybe that'll help. But yeah, definitely. Once I get on the road to recovery here, I think I'll have to start poking around and see if we can start something in the spring, perhaps, even if it's just once a month. You know, what the heck? You know, maybe we could do some sort of formal NTS traffic passing back on the old form. I could use a little brush up myself here as a newbie, so. And then I'll pass the word on here, because if I could probably definitely do, you know, once a month, maybe, can't do the first weeks are always tough with races and everything else, but maybe I can set something up in the middle of the month, or if I get another fella to help me, another station out here, maybe we can alternate and do every other week. That'd be twice a month. Daytime maybe, or daytime, nighttime, who knows. We'll figure something out, but something's better than nothing, I guess.
Yeah, very good. I assume you meant N1QKO, Eric. I haven't mentioned it to him, but he might have some, you know, I mean, that's 2 towns away actually over there, but he might have some information on who would be in charge here in town. I don't know. I could find out. I just haven't done it. It's just, you know, I'm the president of the Procrastinators Club, you know, but we were going to have our 1970 annual meeting next week, but we're thinking of putting it off because a couple of guys got the flu. And anyway, I gotta let you go. I gotta go do some laundry that I've been doing for the last 3 days and never did do. Talking about procrastinating. And if you need a hand, like I said, just give me or Obi or somebody a shout. We'd be glad to help. And we're going to have Paul there. Let me drop. Paul is going to take over the First Region Liaison, which we haven't had anybody doing it. So we haven't had any traffic. But when we use that liaison, when we're in that, somebody's picking up the traffic from there, then we do have traffic to pass around. Obi and I had quite a bunch of it for a while there, but it's been a while since we had a liaison station. 73's Danny, and get better, and I'll talk to you later. KB1VWQ, this is N1AND.
Yeah, all right, Doug, 73. And yeah, I guess I must. What did I say? Obi's call sign. Yeah, the medicines are, you know, they're running a whirlwind right now. So shows you the flu's still there a bit. But yeah, very good. Yeah, Eric N1QKO. But yeah, very good on all that stuff. And we'll kick the can around a little bit here. Maybe we'll do something by the spring, like I said. And we'll be in touch. This is KB1 VWQ, Southwick, Hamilton County, and I'll be clear. Thanks for these guys. Take care. Hey, Danny, this is KB1 YEO. Don't go.
Nasty coffee there. What coffee?
KB1 YEO, KB1 VWQ. You sound like my last girlfriend, Mario.
nasty
I'm sorry. Your last one, I missed that. I'm sorry, Mario. I missed that.
Yeah, this is Smuckers.
Yeah, you said something that I sounded like something. I couldn't hear it. Anyway, good afternoon.
So I'm gonna have a vet check.
And
Okay. Well, I'll take
I
it
missed
over
part
to
of the
DNA.
conversation you were
I
having
gotta
there
be
with
able to listen to
Doug.
a pig.
And
Oh,
what kind
all
of
the
nets
same,
were
right?
you trying to start? In I'm just curious. And see something I might want to do as well. KB1 Radio. Oh, okay. Yeah, very good. Well, first of all, you had called. You said, Danny, hold on, please don't go. So I said, hold on, Mario, you sound like my last girlfriend. Hi. But what we're trying to do, talking to Doug and to Obi, is if possible, try to see if we can get formal NTS traffic, one way, shape, or form another, into probably the repeaters down in Hampden County. Obviously MTARA would be the first on my mind since I'm a member of that club. But I haven't done any formal talks with any of them, or if they're even listening now. But we're just kind of kicking the can around a little bit. I'd like to see Berkshire County is actually leading the way here. It'd be nice to see if we can have one net going in each of the 4 counties into western Massachusetts. I don't know what's going on in Franklin and Hampshire formally, but that way there, if traffic has to get designated into a county, they can go to that net. But I'd like to be able to designate all the traffic into Hampden County and get it distributed as such.
We had the same symptoms.
Oh, very good, excellent. Yeah, that sounds like a great idea, Danny. And yeah. Oh boy, I didn't know that
Come on, you wanna go for a ride? Huh?
your last girlfriend saying the same thing. That was a quick one. That's a good one too. Anyway, yeah, I sounds good what you're trying to do, and that's a great thing. Also, I wanted to ask you. I think you're racist in Aries for your town over there. And one time you asked me if I was interested on doing such a thing for my town here in Sandusville. How do I go about it, or how do I start checking into that stuff? Okay, KB1PWQ. When we had talked, it was actually a relayed message from K1II Charlie, so the topic would have been about races for the town of Sandersfield, which you're from. So that would have been that part of it. I am Racy's town of Southwick, which is through local government. And of course, Aries, I affiliated with Western Mass Aries, which is most of all of us here on this side of the street. So depends on what you particularly want to do. Most folks get started with Aries and move on, and if you want to serve your local community, then that would be more on a Racy's level. Okay. I checked some of what the ARRL has for Aries, and it sounds very convoluted. The whole thing. You have to read pages and pages just to kind of get an understanding there. I just wondering if you have like the condensed story of what you got to do, so I can start looking into that. Just leave it a little gap. Well, actually, Aries, you can probably register online. Maybe one of the folks here can get you the link. I don't have it in front of me. But were you interested in Aries or Racy's or both? Perhaps both eventually. I would like to start with one, and just do it since, I have some time, but not tons. So I just want to start somewhere. I did contact my local emergency manager here, and he did not have a whole lot of clue as to what needed to be done. I mean, he's the local emergency manager, but when it comes to coordinating anything with a ham radio, I don't think he had a clue on that. Yeah, okay. Well, going back to Aries real quick, I'll attack that one first. Being Sandersfield, that's part of Berkshire, actually. Normally I would send you to N1 MUV, Thomas Doyle, who's DEC for Hamden and Hampshire. But maybe you can get in touch with Berkshire County Aries over there. N1 QOV might even be able to get you going and get you signed up there. The 4 counties are through Western Mass Aries, and you'll be on your way as far as you set up your registration and your availability and equipment and hours available and so on and so forth. Let me drop it. Now, with RACES, a lot of the local governments who are not amateur radio friendly, or I shouldn't say radio amateur friendly, they're probably just amateur radio ignorant, I guess, to the fact that it is a service provided, and you would probably need to get either Charlie or someone. See, Charlie's he runs a pretty tight ship for RACES. He's probably the top one on my list, and I don't say it because he's my director, but just he's a call sign and a name well known. So I would, if you're interested in RACES, tell him your endeavors, and I'm sure Charlie can get in touch with the emergency management for Sandersfield, and possibly even arrange a meeting. Either you guys can come down to the EOC here in Southwick, or vice versa. But it would probably have to be something that they would really want to consider. Just because we've been down the road before where they think about it and they think about it and they drop the ball, and we end up spending a lot of time with an empty bag. All right. Yeah. Well, like you said, here I think he's just not familiarized with any kind of effort, coordinated effort with amateur world when it comes to an emergency. And because they do have their own equipment, radios and frequency to get in touch with each other. But I don't, I think it's just he's never encountered at least. There are very few amateur radios here in town, and I think practically I'm the only active one. There's a few other ones that may be active on HF, but I do not hear them at all in 2 meters or 440. But anyway, what is Charlie's call sign, or how can I get in touch with him? This is KB1VWQ, Southwick, Hamden County. Charlie's call sign is Kilo 1 India India, and his phone number is probably the best way to reach him concerning all these matters. It's area code 413-569-0308. Roger that. Thank you very much. Yeah, I think somebody else there was also wanting to do something. You might be listening. KB1YCJ in Great Barrington. He was checking onto that. I think he might have sent some emails there, but didn't hear back. So, because I was asking him if he was considering, and then he said he actually did send some documents, so he just never heard back. So maybe if he he's not there listening, I'll say the phone number and pass it along to him as well. Thank you very much, Denny. I know you're feeling kind of under the weather there, so I don't want to keep you here too long. I appreciate this information. That's a very good start for me. KB1 VWQ, this is KB1YO. KB1YCJ. Go ahead, Kurt. Yeah, Mario, I just sent you the link for the Aries application. The only problem I had with that is after I filled it out, when I upgraded my equipment, I was unable to update it in the Aries database. I don't know if Danny has any thoughts on that. K1FFK. Stand by, guys. KB1VWQ, I'll be back in a second. KB1, where are you standing by? KB1VWQ returning.
And one QOV.
Different station, but I'll take it. IOV, N1QOV, KB1VWQ. I had to step away for a minute.
Okay, I'm the district emergency coordinator, and I named the emergency coordinators for like northern, central, and southern Berkshire, and no one's checked in for like I don't know how many years. So anyway, it's kind of like in a state of flux. Who knows what to who and who's officially in charge and blah blah blah. But I'm guessing if I tell whoever runs the Western Mass Emergency Net Sunday mornings that in fact so and so is a northern emergency coordinator, so and so is a southern emergency coordinator, that should work.
Yeah, Roger that. Well, I check into 75. I couldn't give you $10 if I could recite them all. That's for sure. But even though I hear them weekly, but I have to look them up on the web every time I get curious.
It's the same thing with all the state whoever's emergency whatevers and the and net whatevers for the state. So it's whatever. Nobody ever checks in for except the guys that usually check in, and it's starting to change, I hope. But anyway, yeah, probably filling out that form. That's what I did, I don't know, 3, 4, 5 years ago. Brought to the No Bark meeting, everybody filled out the forms, and I submitted them. I forget to who, but or I kept them in a folder, and either let the Western Mass Emergency Net guys go no, or the ARL. But it's not written in stone who's who and what's what because nobody really gives a darn.
This is KB1YU. All right, Obi, thank you for the information. Sounds like it's might be a little bit of a challenge then, but we'll see what we can find. I think Kurt there also had a question for Danny. Go ahead, Kurt. Yeah, KB1YCJ. Yeah, I was just saying that I had done the online Aries application, filled it out, sent it in, you know, had a membership. As my station equipment changed, I tried to go in and update it, and it will not update. So it's just there with my original equipment that I had put in when I first signed up. And I can't seem to find anybody to contact about that. Obi, that sounds like it's all a question to you. More doesn't sound like somebody's updating that site.
No, well, oh man, I'll tell you, it's in disarray, disarray and turmoil. If you like, I'll fire an email. I think it's KB1MU who finally decided I should be reelected DEC. I'll see if he can make Mario like South and well, the other guy there in where is it? Who's the town? Make him Central or something like that.
Let's see if I have it. Yeah, it's actually been a while since I updated mine, and the station's changed quite a bit because I used to just be on the wire. Now I got a tower, so I need to go back in and try to change mine. Of course, I think mine's updated by Tom, N1 MUV. Boy, I'm having a tough time with this blue stuff. So anyway, Mario and also Kurt, I don't know if Kurt was thinking about the racy stuff too, but I'll let Charlie know, Mario, that you were thinking on it again, and maybe I can tell him you might be giving him a phone call in the near future. Over to you. This is KB1VWQ. Very good there, Danny. Let me see if I have it. Yeah, I appreciate that. And yeah, I think when you first asked me about it, I did not have any HF at that point. Which I was just thinking of getting the radio. I just had the 2 meters 440. But now with an HF radio, it probably might become more of helpful for that. But anyway, yeah, I appreciate it. And I thank you very much. I'm going to pass it on to, let's see, I don't know if Obi. Yeah, I think Obi is next. And I'm going to stay here on the side. I appreciate it, and I hope you feel better soon. Go ahead, Obi.
All right, just because I'm doing a thousand things at once. Kurt, give me your call if you're interested in being the Central Berkshire County emergency coordinator. I'll fire off your name and call sign. I got Kurt, and then give me your call sign, Kurt.
Yeah, it's Kilo Bravo 1, Yankee Charlie Juliet. And just to let's update Dan, yeah, I'm interested in doing races as well, but I have contacts here in my town to work on that. But if I need to, I can also get in touch with Charlie if I need to. Let me see if I have this. Boy, we're terrible on rotations today. very good, gentlemen. I guess thanks for your interest. We'll see how it goes, Obi, with the NTS thing. Like I said, if I can swing it, definitely figure it out. Maybe we can shoot for the spring. Maybe that's a good time. Give me time to tie up a few loose ends and see what's going on. I'm not sure if it'll be well received down here. I don't know why it's not in place already. Perhaps it was a long time ago. I mean, you'd have to tell me. I'm the newbie here. So, all right, Obi, I'm going to pass to you, and then I'm going to listen out. Gentlemen, take care. This is KV1VWQ in Southwick, and I appreciate the use, and we'll talk to everybody later.
K1FFK.
Okay, Dan, check your Facebook page with that nasty cough, unless you have already, and I'll see what I can do getting Mario and Kurt positions in there informally, because the regular by the official channels really aren't functioning, as you mentioned. Anyway, catch you guys later. Check your Facebook page. Over to whoever, and I'll listen out the finals.
All right, Obi, thanks very much. And I really enjoyed the picture of your rubber duckies. It was great. KV1, YCJ. Actually, Mario, are you still there? Roger that, and thanks, Obi, for the information, and thanks, Danny. Go ahead, Clark. Mario, you want to shoot over to 7.131? Give that a shot. Very good. 7.131 QSY. KV1, YEO clear. KV1, YCJ clear.